Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Unique Fumi, and as usual I'm going to say thank you to my subscribers. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for coming here again and again. And also please, if you're viewing this video, you come across this video by any chance, or you've been coming to this channel over and over and you have not subscribed, please press the subscribe button. It's down this video on the right side. It's just you'll see that it's a red button. Please press it. By doing that, you're supporting me, you're supporting this channel, you're helping us to grow. And also, after subscribing, there is a bell sign beside the subscribed. You'll see it there. If you press it, that's the notification bell. Please press it so that you can be getting updates from this channel. As soon as there's an update or there is a new video, you'll be the first to know. So thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for helping us to grow. Thank you for coming again. Okay, so I promised in my last video yesterday that I'm going to upload another video today to make up for the one I couldn't do during the week on Wednesday. So this video is still on parenting. We did parenting yesterday, so this video is still to reinforce something on that on parenting. Like I said yesterday, there is no common issue for all the teenagers. They all have their individual issues because they are human beings. They're different. Each teenager is unique. So there's no one size fits all for all of them. So there's something I want to talk about. There's always this thing. Anytime a teenager is misbehaving, a lot of times people will be advising the parents, or they'll be saying it all over the place and be saying, oh, when they start misbehaving, just send them back to Africa. They need to just see what hardship looks like. They need to see what real life there looks like, and then they will change. Hello. What works for Jane may not work for Janet. The fact that solved a teenager's problem doesn't mean it's going to solve all teenagers' problems. Like I said, some of them have issues with the fact that maybe a parent is not with them. It's the two parents are in two different geographical locations, sometimes economic reasons. There's so many reasons that happens. So maybe if a teenager has this issue of, no, I need to know my dad, or I need to know my mom if they are with the other parent, if they are sent to the parents that they are missing, sometimes this actually does the magic. It just solves, that's the only issue, or that's the main issue that particular teenager has. So that's going to solve it. And then that child comes back sorted. Praise God. That's very good. That works for that child. It doesn't mean that that's the issue that every child has. Some of them, if you send them to Africa, you've ruined them. You have totally ruined them. Some of them are not even prepared for real life. They've been raised in such a way that they are not prepared for real life, from the time they are little, which is not these children's fault at all. It's just the parenting that has gone wrong from when they were little. And then they become teenagers and they're having issues, with basic principles of life. And you decide to just say, okay, now back to Africa. Why? What gives you the impression that this child that is not listening to you here, you, his parents, will listen to other people's parents back in Africa? That is number one. Number two, please, what age are these children that we are sending back to Africa? Number three, who are we sending them to? The fact that Jane was able to go and meet the other parent, or maybe Jane's grandparents are still young, or they're still agile enough to do all the school runs, to monitor Jane, to make sure that Jane is okay, emotionally, physically, and in every way socially, doesn't mean that Janet has the same kind of grandparents that you're sending her to. And okay, I'll give you an example of what I'm trying to say, especially about the age and the issue that these children have that you're sending them back to Africa for. Like, I'll give you this example. A few years ago, just a few years ago, I was working in the crèche, and we had there will be always be children in crèche. Some are a bit more troublesome than the others, and some come in troublesome, but then they settle down nicely. So, and this particular case, the child came in for the preschool year. Preschool year is from age 3 to 4. They come into the crèche from age 3 to 4, and then they graduate, they finish the year by age 4 to 5. So, because the preschool year prepares them for the mainstream primary school. So, mainstream primary school is business. There is no babysitting. There is no making sure a child sits down properly. That should have been done. That's why the preschool year is there. That should have been sorted in the crèche. So this boy is of an African origin. I speak the same language as the parents, as the father especially. So he came in. He refused to settle down, and over that year, I would expect that, by the time he's finishing, he should have settled down. He refused. He just didn't understand. This boy did not understand boundary. He did not understand, consequences. When you tell everybody to sit down, that's when he's jumping. And when the usual things that we used to calm others down, like saying, if you don't behave, I'm going to have to call your mom, or I'm going to have to call your dad. This boy didn't care whether you call his mom or dad. In fact, sometimes when other children, when they don't want to listen, you just go to the phone. You go to the phone and you pretend as if you're calling their parents. It can say, hello, is that John's daddy? Immediately John hears that. He's behaving himself. He's seated and he's saying, no, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to behave myself. And you see John well seated and just doing his work. But this boy, let me call him So-So. I will just name him I will just call him So-So here now. So if So-So is jumping in class and you say, So-So, I'm gonna have to call your dad. So-So looks at you, turns the other way and keeps jumping. And he didn't just understand. And I knew that it's not actually this boy's fault. He just doesn't get it. He doesn't understand. He's not used to it. And the 3 hours in crèche was just not enough for him, because he just looked at us as if these teachers, you guys are just you are doing your own business, I'm doing my own business. And then I noticed that even when they are reporting So-So to So-So's dad, the boy didn't look as if he regretted anything he did. He just didn't understand. And So-So's dad also, as they're reporting your child to you, you're giving that child a phone to play with, and sometimes I would wonder that, why are you rewarding this boy's bad behavior with, something he could play with, but, well, after some time, when So-So was about to graduate, was about to finish that year, and he still wasn't settled, I called So-So's dad one day when he came to pick him, and I told him that I wanted to see him after I had sorted the other parents, when after the other children had gone. So he waited. And this man, So-So's dad, was quite respectful towards me. He was, and he used to call me auntie. So I said, please, can I see you? So after, when I was talking to him, and I said, I'm not impressed. I think So-So doesn't understand the fact that there are boundaries and there are consequences for some certain behaviors, that you need to actually train this boy to know how to behave and all that. So-So's dad was like, he said, he called me auntie, and he said, auntie, I'm going to send this boy to Nigeria. I was like, are we talking about this boy? Yes, auntie, I'm sending him to my mom. And I'm like, your mom? Yes, he needs to go to my mom. My mom is strict. And, auntie, mommy, me king ba nonsense. He was trying to tell me that his mom doesn't take nonsense. and that his mom is strict. So I said, you can train this boy, you can handle this boy. He said, auntie, disciplinarian, the mommy me, mommy me ma deal pẹ̀lú. Like, he was telling me that his mom is a disciplinarian and that his mom is going to deal with his 4-year-old. So I said, calm down. I said, calm down. This boy, you see, this man is tall and huge. So I said, this boy, he's just a 4-year-old. You just need to make him realize consequences. He said, no, I don't think I can deal with this. In fact, I have been telling his mom. I need to tell his mom. I said, no, who is the daddy? He said, yeah, I'm the daddy. I said, then be the daddy. He just needs to know. And you need to let him know now. Because you will not like it when he's as tall as you or he becomes taller than you. You are not going to like it. He just needs to know. And he was like, I've tried. I said, you are not trying. Because right now, I'm reporting him to you. He knew before, because I said I was going to report him to his daddy. He didn't care. Now, he knew that I was reporting him to you. And you gave him phone. And you gave him, you put up you are playing a game on your phone. You gave him to be playing. You're rewarding him for something that he knows he has done wrong. That's nowhere to start from. You need to let him know. And this is where so that's just a case study. This is, as young as that. Okay, now, that is one situation. How old is this child that we're talking about that you want to send to Nigeria? And that's just one of the cases. And that's why I say there are some issues that you can deal with here. There are some issues. If it warrants being taken to Africa, okay. But it's not every issue. One size doesn't fit all. And it is not every child that goes back to Africa that you have helped. You have actually ruined some of them. And also, if Africa is that perfect, why are some teenagers also misbehaving there? So we need to wake up. And that's what I came to tell you. So that's just reinforcing what I said yesterday. And also, thank you for coming. And please don't forget to subscribe if you have not subscribed. Thank you. This is just the short one for today. And okay, thank you for everything. I hope that we've started applying yesterday's talk to with our teenagers. Have we started talking with them? Conversations, have we started developing conversations? Please, let's make all efforts. We will not lose our children, by God's grace. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.